Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're back inside my car here with another neat little tips and tricks video. The video I released last week, if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. I'll put the link up above. Got a lot of traction, so I figured I'd make a follow-up to it. Now, this one's not going to have probably as cool stuff because I put all the coolest things in the last one, but these are still very noteworthy items, so let's get right into it. So now this first one may or may not mean much to you, but it's kind of neat because you really can't do this with a gas car, but you can definitely do it with the Tesla. And that is that you can flip it into drive or reverse while still moving as long as you're going no more than 5 miles per hour. So watch this. Okay, so now let's say we're going to be leaving my driveway here, okay? So I put it in reverse. I come out of my driveway, going about 3 miles per hour. And watch this. As I'm going, just flick it down into drive. And you can go. Very cool. Same thing here. Flick into reverse. Back up. Knock her into drive. And go. There's no delay. There's no stopping, shifting it into a different gear. Makes it real nice and fast for getting things moving. All right, now this next one comes to do with navigation again, because I know a lot of you guys use the car for navigating as I do. We already covered some of the other ways of sending your location to your car in the last video, but this one, if you've got your calendar synced to your car, you can also do this. Now you go into your car here and you get in your calendar. Now you can have it set so when you get in your car, your calendar is already pulled up, but if it's not up, all you have to do is just press this little arrow button here, come over here to calendar, press that, and your calendar for the day pops up. And then you can see here I got a 9 o'clock appointment at Safeway. All you have to do is tap the little arrow there and the car is going to automatically navigate it that way as well. So there's yet another way that you can get your navigation going on here without having to type it in on your phone. I still prefer the other ways of finding it on my phone and just sending it to the car, or just getting in the car at the right time and automatically knowing, but there's lots of ways to get it done. Okay, now if you're anything like me, you don't like fingerprints all over your screen. I'm always cleaning my phone, my iPad, my laptop, and now this big gigantic screen here on my car. And because we're touching it all the time, it's really easy to get fingerprints on there. And I do have a screen protector on here that says it's supposed to be fingerprint proof, but I didn't get the matte one. I still got the glossy one, so you still see them pretty well. So, you know, you get this idea, well, I got to get these fingerprints off my screen. So you get a cloth and you go to wipe the screen. Well, watch what happens when you just start wiping it. You start wiping it and the screen moves all around. You're pressing buttons, all these things. So all you have to do then is come down in here and you can go up here to display, and then you can come here to, and by the way, you got to be in park. You come here to screen clean mode, tap clean screen mode, and just like that, your screen goes completely black. Okay, and then you can take your little cloth, rub your screen all down. There's no buttons to press, get it nice and clean. And then right in the middle, you can barely see it there at the reflection. Okay, there's a little thing here that says press and hold to exit. So you just press and hold. 3, 2, 1, boom, and you're back. And so that's how you get your screen clean. So these next two are kind of fun. They're, you know, kind of one of those little functional things of the car that when you know them, it just kind of makes the interacting with the car that much easier. And I like anything that makes less distraction, where I can focus more on watching the car drive than anything else. And so here's what these two things are. The first thing is, let's say you're down here and you got this temperature, right? And you know, you could be like old school people and just change the temperature by pushing the button or sliding it like this. That's all fine. But let me tell you what the cool kids are doing. Just come right here, put your finger on the arrows like you're going to change it. Just slide your finger down here. See? All the way down this bar. It's interactive the whole way through. You can adjust your temperature. And this is the same for the volume as well. Just come over here to the volume controls, put your finger down here, and you can adjust the volume by sliding your finger on this bottom part here. So it just helps it be a little bit less interactive yourself. You just kind of put your finger on the right spot, and then you can get your eyes back on the road and just kind of slide your finger till you hear the volume the way you want it. So it's kind of a neat little trick. Now this next one's really important to know, but I've never actually had to deal with it. Let's say you're driving down the road and your screen freezes. All of a sudden you can't access any of your settings. Your car just kind of starts going a little bit frozen there. There's a way that you can fix this while driving, and it's called a soft reset. All you have to do is, well, you can be moving, You got your hands right here, you got the two wheels here. These are buttons. These buttons push down, sideways, back and forth, and they reel. Okay, so as you're driving down the road or when you're stopped, just press and hold both of them. And see the screen over on this side? It completely resets itself for you, okay? It does not affect the car driving in any way, shape, or form. Everything will be fine. Just wait for it to come back and you'll be good to go. Now, for the screen to completely reset itself and get back in perfect order, it takes about 40 to 45 seconds. So be patient. When it stays black for a while, don't freak out. All is fine. Now, if the car is having issues beyond just the screen freezing, things that are to do with the screen, you may have to do what's called a hard reset. And the only difference there is that while you're gonna press both these buttons, you put your foot on the brake at the same time and you press them all together. Now, obviously, this one is resetting the entire operating system of the car, everything included, so you cannot do that while you're driving, and you really can't press the brake while you're driving anyway. So make sure you don't do it at a stoplight. Make sure you're in a driveway, you're in a parking lot, somewhere where you're not gonna be messing with other cars, because your car will be out of commission until that resets itself. You know, I'm a guy who loves gimmicks, so this one I thought was really cool, and I'll share it with you guys because you'll probably think it's cool too. I mean, come on. When you own a car like a Tesla and you're always finding neat little things, doesn't that excite you? Check this out. So you're staring here at your navigation screen, and yeah, I realize that I can press the navigation button, hit home or work right there, and yeah, I mean, again, that's cool, but come on now. We're not old school. We want to do things a cool way. There's one of two ways to do this. Let's say we're at home right now, which is, you know, where we are at my house. Okay, if I want to go to work, assuming it's already programmed into the settings, you just press and drag over. Look at that, it says work. Now, if we were at work, that would say home, okay? Also, you can press and drag down and it'll go to work. And you just let go and boom, just like that, you're heading to work. How cool is that? While we're on the topic of gimmick things, one thing that's kind of fun is, you know, finding little things in the car to kind of customize it, make it a little bit, you know, interesting. And there's all kinds of little hidden Easter eggs and type stuff inside these cars, as you guys know. And one you might not know, but probably do, is if you come in here to your phone option, so you press this little arrow here, and right here it says call. Well, come on now. Let's make that a little more interesting. If we just simply take and hold our finger on it, it flashes and changes to say, ahoy hoy. These other two probably mean absolutely nothing to you, but we're going to throw them in here just because, you know, if you bought a Tesla, you should know as much as you can about it. And these come back to accessing things and controlling your car. So you look over here, I mean, obviously you can press the power button here and see your power stats and all that there. But just so you know, you can also tap the mileage or percentage if you have it on that, and it also pulls up the same thing. You can lock your car if you're sitting in your car. You know, there's been times I was sitting in my car and I was looking around when I first got it, and I was like, how do I lock my car? And so I'd pull up the app and hit the lock button on the app. But if your car happens to be unlocked, all you have to do is come up here to this little lock button, boom, and look at that, car is locked, you're good to go. So now one thing that I thought was kind of interesting is, you know, when you're plugged in and you're charging, so if we pulled up the charge port here, you can go in here and obviously you can hit schedule, and then you can set the time that you want to have your car ready to go. So I set mine at 8 o'clock. So that means that I plan to leave my house to go wherever I'm going at 8 in the morning. And then the car knows to charge at a certain, you know, start time, and then make sure the car's warm and make sure it's all good to go, get the battery all ready and all that. So at 8 o'clock, it's full, let's go and burn. But you ever kind of wonder like when it's going to actually turn on? Maybe you don't care about that, but if you do, the car does not tell you. So what's neat is if you use the Stats app, you can actually go in, and I'll put a picture up here. See on the top right corner there? It says charge starts at 3:40 a.m. And that's the only place I've found so far in any of the apps that actually tell you when the charge is going to start. So if you're looking to figure out when that is, the Stats app, if you want to pay the price, which I think is totally worth it, is there for you. By the way, if you guys would like to know a little bit more about the Stats app, and my experience with it, how I use it, let me know in the comments below. I'll be glad to make a video on that. Okay, so the last thing we're going to cover here in this video is the windshield wipers. Now, I know in 2019.40, we just got another update to the wipers, and in my opinion, it still has a way to go. I still can't not interact with my wipers. It's either too fast or too slow, and to come down here, reach over, press the wiper button, get the controls up, it's just a little bit cumbersome. But the neat thing about the way that the Tesla is put together is over here, on the wiper controls over here, you have a button on the side here. So if you're not happy with the way that the wipers are going, all you have to do is come over here, just tap it, and the wipers will go, which is great. So you can kind of interact. That doesn't turn off the current setting that it's set on. So if you have it set on any of these other settings here, it's going to still stay on that setting. The difference is it's just going to give you that extra little you know, wipe that you needed to keep your window the way you like it. And so the other thing is, maybe you don't like using automatic, so you're one of these people that are constantly changing this setting. Well, that's also a great way to pull up the controls, because every time you press the button here, watch what happens over here. The setting pops up and you can just tap and change it as needed. So it's another quick little way to just kind of pull that setting up. And again, that's just a real pain to me until they get this automatic wiper thing figured out. It's just really nice to be able to just tap that button over there. All right, guys, well, that's 10 more things, plus a couple bonuses in there that I find are kind of neat to know about your car. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you do, please take a moment and leave a comment below and let me know. If you guys know of something that I have missed, and by the way, I have a third video coming out with 8 or 9 more neat little tips that I found in this car that's going to be coming out here next week, so make sure you stick around for that. If you like this video, please show your support by subscribing and hitting that like button. It helps me keep this channel going. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. We're blowing my expectations so far, so thank you guys who have supported me so far on this. So guys, thanks again for watching this video. See you on the next one. Hey guys, thanks again for watching one of our videos. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're already a subscriber, thank you. And if not, please consider. I try to post on a weekly basis at least once. And really with this channel, I'm just gonna be tracking all the updates, tracking what you can do with the Tesla and what it's like having one. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.